I was just on the live stream. Y'all may be looking at another live stream thinking I'm on that one, and I'm not on that one. I had to end that one because something is going on with the internet or the phone, and the connection was lost. So y'all probably on the other live stream, which is funny. So I'm just gonna do this live stream and y'all can watch it later. Oh, there y'all go. Y'all back in play. Y'all back in the place. What up, Rohan Mason, Dean, CJ, True Food? Cause I said so. Jesus, the Notorious Just. What up? I am Hayes, Wayne Wallace, Penny Stewart. What up? What's up? Music for music. What is that? Music My Forte. Wonderful. What is that? Wonderful Storm. Mrs. Kemp. Ray Brown. Oh, you're coming fast. C Dub. Queen D. With that no exclusion. T Hill. Isaac Preston. What up, y'all? Come on up. What's that? Shebo Zane. Oh man, all y'all going too fast now. Terrell Long, Lynn Kershaw. What's up, everybody? I hope the other live stream stopped. It was something is up with the connection on the phone or the internet. So hopefully we can make it through this. You know what I'm saying? We shall see. But what's popping, y'all? What's been up? Real quick, if you guys didn't see, I did last week, because I didn't do a live stream last week, but I was on Black Magic 363. So if you missed, think I didn't do a live stream or anything last week, you can go watch that. Catch up on that. Shout out to Bro Rich. What up, brother? Bro Rich. Peace to the fam. But yeah, so that was last Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday or Wednesday, I forgot. Just go check that out. And real quick, make sure you guys check out, Beal Sauce. #1 sauce in the game. BEALE sauce.com. Get that schmuckatelli. Tell them Kev sent you for that schmuckateezy. And also hit up Timmy Tight Top, who's gonna be on the Naga Nerds. The Naga Nerds is coming, y'all. If you, I put the link for the new channel in the last live stream I did. So if you guys haven't signed up, sign up for that. I'll be doing the first episode of the Naga Nerds on this channel so that you guys can see what I'm doing, and that's gonna be on Star Wars, because y'all know I'm all about the Star Wars. I like Star Trek too, but Star Wars is the #1. But we're gonna get into the history and break down the philosophy and the spirituality of it, as well as just the mainstream entertainment of it. But that's my jam. So Naga Nerds, the Naga Nerds, get on over there and sign up for that if you haven't signed up. And wait till y'all see the logo, the new logo for the channel. It's off the chain. Got a little shout out to Kobe Kobe in there. Kobe Kobe. But make sure y'all check it out. But get over to Tight Top, We Juice. We Juice. That's OUIjuice.com. Get them juices. Y'all need to be healthy. You know you need to be healthy. You need to clean all of that out. Just flush it out. Let it get out. 70% of your immune system is here. So you don't got a good, healthy gut, your immune system keeps coming down. So make sure y'all get over to Timmy Tight Top. That ain't the name of the company. We all know it's Weed Juice, but he should be called Timmy Tight Top Juice. I don't know. He need to rebrand, man. I want you rebrand. Your name is Timmy Tight Top now. So get over to weedjuice.com, OUIjuice.com. All right, y'all. So we got a few things to talk about. Couple things. See how fast we can get through this. There's a lot of stuff on here. So the first thing y'all heard about the Roe versus Wade, we kind of talked about it on the Zoe What show on Monday. If y'all didn't check, y'all haven't seen that, make sure y'all sign up to the Zoe What show channel. Make sure y'all subscribe over there. Zoe What, it's the Zoe What show, and you know we do that on Mondays, but we talked about it on Monday. Just wanted to just break it down a little bit more, the Roe versus Wade, and so we talked about how the abortion was the whole plan for abortion, Planned Parenthood, and all of that. That was started by Margaret Sanger, who was she was about the eugenics, about depopulation of the melanated people, the brothers and sisters, because you know we were a drain on society, according to her. So excuse me. So you know they wanted to take the population down as far as the melanated people, right? So that's what that was created for. Now, the Roe versus Wade, the argument or the case, a lot of people don't know that the case was won, but the lady who brought the charges, and that wasn't her actual name either. Roe wasn't her name, but I forgot her real name. But she said that a melanated brother who raped her or whatever, and that's why she needed to get the abortion, right? She lied. I mean, we should be used to that shit now. Like, she lied. She lied. She wasn't raped. So then they made that law based on you know her her account of what happened. And so then you get 50 years of abortions, right? So, which is really, again, depopulation of the melanated communities, and the Hispanic communities came along after, but they was mostly created for the brothers and sisters, the melanated people, and you know, and it was working. It's working. I mean, melanated people, we all get y'all get abortions like it ain't nothing, like it's going to y'all ordering a 2-piece at KFC. Yeah, can I get the abortion with the side of coleslaw and some wedgies, some wedgie fries, man. So you know y'all turned it, and a lot of people turned it into contraception, a way so that they can basically have free and clear sex, and then I'm about to go down to the clinic, you know, handle that. Or the dude, hey girl, ain't you pregnant? What? Hey. Oh, come on, let's hop in the car. Come on, let's go. Where we going? We're going down to the going to the going to get that shit taken out of you, girl. So, you know, whatever your views are on that, you know, that's up to you, women, you know, but still it's the woman's body. So none of you have to men, as far as I'm talking about men, and I ain't, you know, and I mean men, males with sperm. None of y'all have to carry a damn baby around for 9 months. So y'all don't have to deal with that experience. Y'all don't have to deal with that. That's a reality. You don't have to deal with that. So for brothers to be trying to tell women what to do with their bodies, that's not a real thing. So, but again, you know, then the other side of that, Margaret Sanger created it to depopulate the melanated communities so that we wouldn't eventually multiply and take over, because we multiply at a faster rate than the Caucasian population do. And hey, thank you, Gwendolyn. Yeah, that's right. Subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that like button up in here, man. It's 200 of y'all in here. Hit that damn like button. But so it was created to depopulate. And so I gave the analogy like of the Spartans. So if you go and look at the history of the Spartans, you don't even got to look at the history. Just go watch the damn movie, 300. It's right in the damn movie. So in the Spartans, the way they got their warriors became so, the toughest warriors back then was because they used to, when the babies were born, if you were born with a defect, they threw your ass off the cliff. Like, oh, this nigga got a fucked up eye. Like me, nigga, I'd have been thrown off the cliff. They'd have been throwing off nigga to bring back their whole society if they threw me off the cliff. But they'd have threw me off the cliff in Sparta. Get your ass out of here, nigga. So, but doing that, they killed off their society because they were killing off a lot of the intelligent people who would further society, who had nothing to do with being a warrior. Society is is a lot more than just fighting and acquiring land. You need smart people to be able to organize that land, right? Or organize the plans to be able to go and take more land. So they were killing off the best minds of their culture. So, or of their society. So same thing with us. How many brothers and sisters, gods have come up out of obscurity in the hood? Most of us. most melanated people who have gotten to the heights, who have came and to bring back and to to be a guiding light. Most of us come from fucked up societies. I'm telling you, you come up from fucked up upbringings. Malcolm X, look at Malcolm X. What if Malcolm X was aborted? Huh? Whole lot of other cats. What if all these gods who came to us, Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan and all, what if those babies were aborted? See? So this is the dilemma that you have with the Roe versus Wade thing. So now basically all it did is just go back to the states, right? So only 26 states, which is the majority of states. So you got 26 states now where it's illegal, right? Those are mostly either red states or purple, which are, they're an equal population of both Democrats and Republicans. So most of those states, those are the ones that Roe versus Wade basically affected. Any of the blue states, you can still get an abortion. Now, the thing though that comes with that is now they're making it political. So again, why did this come out right now? And why was it leaked? Because it would have been crazier if people had found out the day they did it. But it was leaked about a month or two before they actually did it. Y'all remember that? The leak came out and said, "Oh, the Supreme Court is working on a brief that said that they're gonna overturn Roe versus Wade." And then everybody was up in arms, like they didn't know if it was really gonna happen, but pretty much y'all see that it was real, right? So that was a couple months ago. Why do you think they do shit like this? This is all political shit, y'all. You have to understand that they manipulate you niggas emotionally like it ain't nothing. It's left and right. So if the election is coming up and you got inflation, you got all this shit going on, the gas prices is out of control. They kicking back money all over the place to these different countries that ain't got nothing to do with America, and while we over here starving our asses off and living in fuckery, they just gave another $450 million to the Ukrainians, another $450 million in military aid. While again, we don't get. Oh no, we don't have. We can't do anything about the gas prices. We can't do anything about this. So you gotta understand that the pressure, the societal pressure that's being put on America, that's planned, right? They're supposed to be doing this. Why? Because you're supposed to think that government doesn't work. You have to think that government doesn't work. Why? Because ultimately you have to call for a change in government, which is what the ultimate plan is. However, shit is really messed up right now. Like as soon as your boy Biden got in office, shit just started fucking up. That's just the way it is. Shit just started, as soon as he got in office, really, every shit started fucking up. So they know that this next election, which these elections ain't real, but the local elections are actual, it's very hard to corrupt those. Even though they can still be corrupted, the local elections are the hardest to corrupt. So they're trying to still basically stay in power within this next election. So the only way they can do that is to scare the population into thinking, oh, now you don't have any rights over your body. Now, this wasn't a problem when these niggas was trying to force your ass to get the cupcake. Remember that shit? My body, my choice. They wasn't about that shit. Wait a minute. No. You need to get cupcake for me, for my safety. If you're not cupcake, then I'm not safe. So you need to do your diligence and being a great American and go and get cupcaked, because that saves lives and that saves America. Remember that shit? Wait a minute. I don't got the right. Nobody ever made this cupcake before. This is a brand new cupcake. Made of quinoa. Made of quinoa and tofu. I don't know about that right there. Quinoa and tofu cupcakes? But wait a minute. So I'm supposed to try this brand new damn cupcake when nobody knows how that shit is gonna affect me. But now, all of a sudden, when you can't go raw no more without having to think, oh snap, I may have to raise a nigga for 18 years, or at the very least, carry the little nigga for 9 months. Oh wait, my body, my choice. Whoa. What happened to the cupcake? Wait a minute, the cupcake, the brand new cupcake, I don't have the choice. You though, you got the choice when you just want to go raw and not be responsible when you when you doing your do. Okay, so you see the double talk and the hypocrisy in this bullshit. There's a dude who he has I forgot the name, I forgot his channel, but he's a reporter, and he went out to the rallies where the ladies were rallying, and he was like, yo, they were talking about, he said, so what's up with the my body, my choice? And they were like, yeah, it's my body, my choice. I need to have the right to say what I do with my body. The government can't tell me what to do, and blah, blah, blah. And then he said, so did you think that about the mandates? And then the people were like, he stopped them right in their tracks. He said, what about the mandates? Did you think my body, my choice for the mandates? And then, gotcha. Every single person he asked, even some people were like, well, I don't want to answer that question. I don't think I should answer that question. Wait a minute. You just said my body, my choice. Which is it? So this is the bullshit that's going on right now. But again, these laws, so it's a twofold thing going on right now. They did away with Roe versus Wade because Caucasians are dying off. That's a real thing. Look that up. Caucasians are dying off. Not only are Caucasians dying off, but even still, not just Caucasians, you still need a certain amount of population for, to maintain a power structure. Like China has what, 1.5 billion people at this point? So if your population is decreasing while the country who is on your heels, these niggas are constantly increasing, not to only mention they're increasing their population, but they're also increasing their hold in other countries around the world financially. And so you about to fall. America sees this, so they have to stop it somewhere. You don't see this type of stuff because you don't pay attention to this. But a population in a country, in a first world country, is the main thing. First of all, you need citizens in order to be able to be a strong country. And if they don't have any goddamn citizens, your ass is fucked. They also need citizens to populate the military. Also, y'all don't even see that hundreds of thousands of people dropped out of the military recently. Y'all didn't hear about that, did you? A lot of cats dropped out of the military because of the cupcake. But they didn't put that on the news. So they're gonna have to repopulate these goddamn armies. So y'all better understand, this is a whole political shit that they got going. But for you, don't get caught up in the bullshit. Roe versus Wade is a part of them getting you used to. Oh, Roger Rose, appreciate you, brother. Roe versus Wade is a part of them getting you used to them eroding the constitutional rights. Because they will say that, well, that wasn't a constitutional right. But it's another thing that they're taking away from you that they need, that they want you to get used to. So say like mandates. Mandates never happened before, but they forced it. So now people are, people just kind of roll with it. Oh, all right, well, mandates. That's a taking away of your choice for your body, right? This is the same thing. They want you to get used to it. You don't have control over your body. They want you to get used to that, y'all. Do not get used to that. Y'all need to start standing up for this shit. Don't just start accepting everything that they tell you, excuse me, everything that they tell you that come down the pike and you just do it. This is the major thing that's going on right now. Y'all don't understand? Please start opening your eyes and get used to what's happening and start understanding what's happening. So this is just an erosion of your rights. That's really all this is about. But also it's about population control, excuse me, population control, Caucasian population control. And then we're about to get into some real population control in a second. Man, y'all, hold up, y'all. We got some more shit coming. So Roe versus Wade was bullshit from the start, as far as the case, because the lady lied. So the case never should have been, it never should have happened in the first place, or she never should have won the case and gotten abortion as a federally protected. And also, again, abortion is a population control plan for melanated people. So y'all so damn happy about the shit, but now you guys have to start being more responsible. That's a good thing to me. y'all have to start being more responsible, thinking about your moves. Stop making bad karmic moves when you're out there. Karma, energy out, energy back. So again, you got to start thinking about these moves so you don't get smacked in the face by your energy. So, and that's what a baby is, y'all. It's a smack in the face when you go raw, and you ain't got no control. I'm talking, especially the men. You ain't got no pull-out game. Hey, that's a smack in the face, buddy. So, you guys mentioned, you heard me mention Uganda, right? Now I'm about to get into Uganda for a second, because this is really, really, really important. You guys understand how important Uganda is to the future of melanated people. Y'all don't see that right now, but I'm about to try to show you. So Uganda changed their mining laws in 2001 to take effect in 2022, right? 2021, excuse me. 2021 to take effect in 2022. Now I'm about to break y'all off with a couple of points of this law, because you have to understand that Uganda is a major opportunity for niggas right now, if you have the vision. I know a lot of y'all are not business people, so y'all don't see it. It takes a minute for y'all to connect the dots about money and opportunity. I've been in business since I was 10 years old. I had 2 lemonade stands. I had 1 lemonade stand and an orange juice stand. And I had people running my orange juice stand that was a couple of blocks down the street. So you gotta have a goddamn business mind, man. You gotta be thinking about jumping into shit. So as soon as I heard the Uganda thing, my mind jumped right to it. You guys, however you figure it out, we're going to suggest some ways, but however you guys figure out a way to get in Uganda. Why? Because Uganda mining laws state that first come, first serve. That's in the law. Uganda mining law states that it's first come, first serve. Now, what happened before this law, Uganda didn't have any corporation to kind of regulate the investment as far as mining. So a lot of illegal mining used to go on in Uganda. So in 2021, they created this thing. They were going to create a corporation to manage all the mining companies and the leasing investment leasing, right? So basically, this was going to change a lot of things in Uganda because people are going over to Uganda and mining illegally and taking out the resources out of Uganda, and Uganda is not getting anything back from it. So but in their law, it's first come first serve, meaning whoever come ask us, you get. We don't care who you are. First come first serve, right? Now, there's different types of mining over there. There's large-scale mining, small-scale mining, and then something called artisanal mining, right? So large-scale miners, those are the huge corporations or whatever, big giant corporation, mining corporation. Small-scale mining small-scale mining companies have about 20 to 50 miners, right? And then you have something called artisanal miners. Artisanal miners are people who live there who have mines. Now check this out. The people who live there have been mining illegally since forever. That's the people who live there in Uganda. They set up mines because they can do it pretty cheap, but they can't pay the leasing. They can't pay the leasing, the investment leases and stuff like that and all the stuff that comes with it. So they do illegal mining. So what happened is when Uganda changed this law, check this shit out. All these artisanal mines got put out of business. Like hundreds of artisanal mines got put out of business, and 20-something thousand miners got put out of business. And the reason is because foreign companies would go to these artisanal miners and then link up with them and then say, all right, well, I'll invest in the mine. You give me a part of whatever you take out of the mine, right? So these foreign companies were just taking resources from Uganda the whole time. So they shut that down, right? Uganda shut that down. But check this shit out. All those miners, basically, what that means is all those mines with the equipment and all that, they got shut down. Anybody can go link up with those miners and start a mining company. Basically, you're just becoming business with the artisanal miner. And so you basically give them a percent, or you fund some of whatever they do, which is not a lot because they already got the equipment and the workers. The equipment and the workers are already over there. You just need to start linking up with cats in Uganda who have that shit, which is already started. People have already started to link up with some of those artisanal miners. But this is great for people who want to go over there. And the reason I'm talking about this is because Uganda just put, again, $17.5 trillion worth of gold into the market, into the world market, which wasn't there. Y'all understand? Wasn't there. $17 trillion that just, boom, disappeared out of nowhere, y'all. Do y'all get this? It's $17.5 trillion just said, bam, hey, here I go. What's happening, y'all? And every goddamn elite motherfucking business banker or politician around the world was like, holy shit, how the hell do we get over there? But Uganda is about that, anybody can come over here and mess with us. So what happens in the law is if you take a mine, if you get a mine, you have to invest in the infrastructure of Uganda, which means Uganda is about to go from this third world country to a first world country in the matter of 5 to 10 years. You guys, investing in Uganda right now is going to make you guys millions. Do y'all understand that? And I know a lot of y'all may not be able to do that, but some of you who watch this are able to do it. And you have people who you can link up with who are able to do that, and y'all need to do that shit. Seriously, this is a serious thing. Basketball players, football players, all y'all need to do this because this can literally uplift melanated people around the world if you're able to get this, if you're able to get over there and get a piece of this. $17.5 trillion just of gold. Now, that ain't even counting the copper, tungsten, and all the other stuff in the ore that they found. That's just $17 trillion worth of gold. It's still so, man, I just needed y'all to understand. Please, this is, a lot of y'all don't understand the business state of mind, but this is an opportunity that changes generations. This is an opportunity that changes. This changes fucking races, racial generations. You understand? The whole a whole racial generation, 17.5 trillion. I don't. I know y'all. These are just words to y'all. Million, billion, and trillion. But a trillion is 1,000 billions. A 1,000 billions. And that's 17.5 of them bitches. So, you got a business mind, I strongly suggest you start looking at, oh, check this out. To the filing fee for a Ugandan mine is only $265. $265. That's it. That's how much the license is. To file for the license, $265, American dollars. So, this is real shit, man. So, and this is funny, the illegal miners that they have over there have to pay up to $300,000 in fines right now. That's why they had to stop. So that's why I'm saying that now the legal mining would be foreign. They said this has opened up the world. This opened up mining over in Uganda for foreign miners. That's what these new laws basically did. It basically kind of fucked the people who live there because they have to stop their illegal mining and then kind of go through the regulated way. But for foreign companies who want to get over there and start mining, they said this is one of the greatest opportunities because now you can just go over there, you can fill out an application. You don't even have to go through an actual miner. You can go over there and just fill out an application and go over there and set up a mining company. So for y'all, man, if y'all have any type of forward-thinking business mind, y'all should see cha-ching in your damn eyes right now and be trying to figure out either how to invest in a mine or invest in the infrastructure of Uganda. Because, you know what I'm saying, or, some type of land over in Uganda, anything like that. Because when they start developing that shit over there, it's going to make somebody a lot of goddamn money, y'all. So, and the other thing I want to talk about real quick, the shooting that keeps on popping up from the Uvalde, which is basically the sacrifice for what was going on at the time, the WEF and the WHO, the WEF and the Bilderberg meeting. They all was happening at the same time, within the same week, right? Excuse me. They was happening within the same week, and this was the sacrifice for the goat symbolism that was going on. And y'all know the goat represents Moloch. Moloch is the goats. So basically Moloch is also a goat and an owl, which is a couple other things, but there's two main things: is goat and the owl. And he's also the god of child, right? So the Uvalde school, we all heard that, when they when they went in there, it was 19 cats, 19 children taken out. And for some reason, the police officers didn't run into the building, right? The police chief, or whatever he is, the sheriff or whatever, the head dude, he came on the news and said there was an order to stand down. Now, he said the order to stand down was because the police officers were afraid of getting shot. That's what he said. There was an order to stand down, because police officers who are supposed to be trained to go in there and handle an armed person, they were scared of getting shot. Now, check this out. They were already in the school. They were outside of the classroom with guns and everything. Got their kids out. These niggas went in and got their kids, took their kids out, and then stood outside and was like, hey, nigga, whew, got my son, got my daughter. There was an order to stand down. Why was there an order to stand down? And everything about the whole shit is coming up with the bullshit. All the information that's coming out about the shooting is now being, you can see how the holes in all of the stuff. to the point where the police chief they're asking for protection because they're getting threatened by the public. They need protection now. The popo need protection from you, from the people, because they bitch asses was too scared to go in there and handle a nigga, one little kid with a gun, when there's a gang of them sitting outside with guns. So why did I bring that up? Because another strange thing in the Uvalde, in the whole thing, they're about to rip the school down. Did y'all hear about that? They're about to tear the school down. Why are they about to tear the school down? I mean, you know, I say, oh yeah, it's trauma. You know, nobody wants us to revisit that trauma and all this and that. Okay. Nobody wants to revisit the trauma and all that. All right. That's some bullshit. They're ripping the school down. What don't they want people to find in that damn school? I'm just saying. What don't they want people to find in that school where they gotta rip the goddamn school down? So anytime you see some shit like that, that means cover up. Anytime you see that, that says cover up for sure. So, but again, we know that was the sacrifice, you know, the Molochian sacrifice that these cats do to propel their bullshit. And then while all that is going on, the WHO, the WHO, excuse me, the WHO, they're deciding if if the gorilla pee is a public health emergency. Oh man, who just gave me that? Man, appreciate you. I'm sorry, I didn't even see that. Who was that? Appreciate you. Can my moderators thank whoever that was? Man, I'm sorry, I missed you. But the WHO is deciding if the monkey pee is a public health emergency, right? So now watch all of this. Did y'all know? Y'all see how this shit comes out? They can't hide anything now, y'all. That your boy Fauci and the NIH received funding for monkey pee, gorilla pee research in 2020. Did y'all know that? And I already told y'all about the Wu-Tang was doing research on it to see how to test the PCR, was testing out the PCR thing. So they were working with the monkey pee and the boogie and damn, I hate have to say these damn words. The monkey pee and the boogie V. Y'all know what that is. So they was combining, or the monkey. So basically, they created the monkey row. So that was in the Wu-Tang lab. While over here, your boy Fauci and the NIH was getting funding for the monkey pee in 2020. Right? First of all, y'all got to know that the monkey pee really, there basically is the side effect of the cupcake, lowering your immune system. That's what that. That's basically what that is. And so, like, even in the released P.F. Heiser Bakery report I talked about before, I don't think I broke this down enough. So in the report, they were talking about how the most egregious cases, because this is basically the adverse effects that the cupcake had on the people they tested, the P.F. Heiser Bakery, right? So they were saying, we're going to report about the people who experienced the most severe reactions, right? And they said, and that would be if they experienced a severe reaction within the first 4 days, right? The first 4 days, then we're focusing on that. That's what we're going to report. And then anybody else who had minor stuff like, headaches and fevers and all the rest of that stuff, then we'll, excuse me, We'll deal with that, after about, I think it was like 2 weeks or 30 days or something like that. Then they report on that. So check this out. The report, in the report, they were breaking down. I told y'all how they said 1,223 people kicked the bucket, right? 1,223 people kicked the bucket. Now, if you go and talk about and you look at their criteria for the report saying that we're only going to focus on the most serious cases, meaning what happened in the first 4 days, that means 1,223 people kicked the bucket in the first 4 days. They knew that and still put the shit out. They knew that. First 4 days, 1,223 people kicked the bucket. But then they were like, well, that doesn't necessarily mean it was our cupcakes. You could have they could have had something before that. And then 1,223 people, they all of a sudden their pre-existing conditions just manifested in the 4 days they took a cupcake. They ate a brand new cupcake, experimental cupcake, a quinoa tofu cupcake. So that shows you how bullshit this is. This is really some important shit. You can take that report and use that. If they try to introduce mandates again, you can take that and use that, which I'm creating a new religious exemption document right now, and we're going to list all of these things in here that you can use again. That the cat dog cat and the PF Heiser Bakery. Man, if y'all know what I'm talking about right now, y'all been with me a long time. New people, this is the coded language I have to use because of where I'm at. But the PF Heiser Bakery, you know what I'm talking about. So you can use all of that released information about the adverse effects in their own test. You can't deny it. It's their own test that was released. You can use that information to stop people from forcing you to get the cupcake. That's a real thing. So they can't deny that didn't happen. It's from the actual cupcake. It's from the bakery. The bakery said 1,223 people kicked the bucket after they ate this bullshit quinoa tofu cupcake. So now, while that's happening, did you know that the VAERS report that the cat dog cat does, Colin Powell's assistant reported to the VAERS that they think it was that took out Colin Powell. Holy crap. They reported that the cupcake took out your boy Colin Peasy. It's in the VAERS report. Holy shit. That's the cat dog cat, report on adverse effects. It's in there. She reported it, his assistant. So basically what she said it was when he took it, he had something called myeloma or something like that, which is a blood disease. And so when he took it, it lowered his immune system. It's like a cancerous blood disease or whatever. And so when he took the cupcake, it lowered his immune system and basically allowed this to come back and take hold, and knocked him out the game. So they don't show you, you ain't heard nothing about that, huh? Your boy Colin Peasy, man, they took out the boy Colin Peasy. Man. And nobody knew about it. And then the other thing they're hiding, I hate to be telling y'all all this, but we'll tell you how to get out of it. Then the other thing they hiding was, so before the cupcake, or before the Boogie V, right, and the cupcake, the report, the cat dog cat, adverse report, adverse effects report, they only had reported up to this point 1,500 fertility issues, only in the whole time that X juice, hokey juice has been released in the whole years, like 30, 40, whatever years it's been. Since then, there had only been 1,500 women or people, period, who have reported fertility issues, right? 1,500 in the whole 30-something years, right? Now, in 2020, that number jumped from 1,500 to 15,000. So 2020 to 2022, 15,000 people have reported fertility issues after eating the cupcake. Yummy. So again, that goes back to the population, the population control thing. And now you're giving it to your youngsters. You're giving it to the youngins, to the infants. So they were talking about how this embeds itself in, your eggs and the men's, and it causes these problems. And so 1,500 to 15,000 in 2 years, meaning 95% of reported fertility issues with cupcakes have happened in the last 2 years since the Boogie V has come out. So that tells you something right now. This is doing something. This is a level of population control at some point. What's going to happen when all of the little young ones grow up and then they can't reproduce because their parents got them cupcaked up at 5? Now do y'all see where this shit is going? And then did y'all hear what came out? That the head of a European pharmaceutical company, this nigga just got arrested and charged because he faked his cupcake status. Everybody in the business, all the executives at his business, and this has happened all over. They found this happened with all these companies in Europe and as well some other places. They found that these niggas had took saline and then reported that they took the Boogie V, or they took the cupcake, but they only took saline, and now these niggas are getting charged with false reports of their cupcake status. So this showed you though. This showed you what was actually happening. They were faking most of these cats, while you go get the real shit. Don't worry about me, nigga. The head of the CEO of the P.F. Heiser Bakery, this nigga still ain't took it. This nigga still have not took it. And most of the people at the P.F. Heiser Bakery, they haven't taken it either. Their own shit. But you gotta take it. So that lets you know right now. So please spread the word on that, because that's a level of population control that they're trying to implement. That's on some, this is devil shit. They're getting the young ones at 5 years old. They're trying to do it on embryos now. They're trying to approve them for embryos. And then with all of that going on, now babies are being born with the flu, with influenza and the Boogie V at the same time. Did y'all hear about that? Babies, newborn babies, coming out of the mommy womb they're testing positive for the influenza and the Boogie V at the same time. What the fuck is this? And it's a growing problem. So all of this going down, y'all. I know. But how do you get out of it? Oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I got something. One more thing. So basically, this is called long-term population control. When they get your children at 5 and they implement some type of, fertility problem on your child, that's long-term population control. But and then on top of that, they're trying to bring back masks everywhere. So they're trying to get you ready and get your mind back on this. All over the place, they're calling for masks again. Excuse me. But how do you get out of this? How do you get out of it? Man, you're linked. If you're linked up to the corporation, it's hard for you to get out of it. If you're a part of that system, it is going to be really hard for you to not abide by the corporation's policies. I'm sorry, that's just how that is. Either and if you're Aboriginal in these countries, you have a claim. You can, well, even if you're not Aboriginal, anyone can sever their contract from the corporation. And once you do that, then you're not legally bound or obligated to abide by the corporate policies. But until you do that, you are. And you know how we've been talking about status law and police stop law, but status law is at the top of the game. That is at the top of the game. It takes a little longer to learn, but it's the one that'll take you out and your family out for forever. It'll take you out of the system. But it's what you guys need to be learning, especially if you're Aboriginal. You got to be learning that because your status is the top status in the world. Every Aboriginal, you have more claim to anything as far as land than anyone in the world. And so, but you guys don't take advantage of that because you don't know. Your status has changed. But this is the only way to get away from these corporations. And that's all it is corporations linking up to implement this policy, to implement that policy, the WHO, the WEF, the Gavi Alliance, all of these goddamn different fucking anagrams, these different initials that's coming together to run your shit. You didn't agree on any of these initials coming together, did you? Did you agree on any of that? And y'all live in a free country. This is how they subvert This is how they subvert the Constitution. They go, they're just gonna do that. We can get around that Constitution, my nigga. See? What Constitution? But they can only do that because you guys don't know shit. So figure it out. But while they're doing that, did you see your boy? So before that happened, so Bill Gates, the Kill Bill. I wanted to just break this down. Have y'all ever heard of something called the Fabian Society? Fabian Society. I want y'all to look this society up. It's called the Fabian Society. Your boy Kill Bill and his parents used to be a part of this society before they kicked the bucket. Now I remember Kill Bill, his parents was about Planned Parenthood too. They was about the population control, eugenics, all of that. Oh, who was that? Oh, Sakim. Appreciate you. They were about the population. Oh man, I didn't see what you said. But Kill Bill's parents were about that population control, right? So who is the Fabian Society? Had you ever heard of these niggas? I've been dealing with secret societies for the longest time. I just came up on these cats recently. Who is the Fabian Society? What do? Basically, they're a British secret society, and their goal is to implement societal change. This is according to their thing. They're supposed to implement societal change through policies. And so implementing policies and changing societal reform. Basically going in and saying, setting up organizations to implement this, setting up or basically slow change instead of what they call violent revolt. So their whole goal is to change societies by going in there and just changing policy on a fundamental level. That's who your boy Kill Bill is a part of. And now you see why a software dude is involved in all of this other shit around the world. Why are you involved in this? Why you got this going over here? Why you got that over there? Why you doing all this over here? You a software dude. Why you doing all that? That's because he is playing his part in that society to implement change. And what is the change they're trying to get to? That globalization, transhumanism, depopulation. They got many goals. They got many goals. Separate the erasure of the middle class, so there's only upper and lower class. Trying to starve y'all out, which is they're planning on this food shortage. Not that it'll happen in places where food you know, a lot of places where you grow, where these states grow their own food, they're not going to be as hit. But places where you have, where they, when they import the food in, y'all gonna be messed up, man. Y'all gonna be messed up. So start stocking up on you know, canned goods and all the rest of that. You know, anything you can. You know, that legumes, which are beans. You know, like quinoa and stuff like that, that lasts for a minute, because you don't know what they got going on. You see stuff burning down left and right. All these places are, these food processing places are burning down left and right. These farms, and even in Europe, they said that the European government told the farmers to take out 30% of their cattle, their cattle and shit. That's crazy. It's absolute crazy. They're planning on this food shortage. They're really trying to do it. It's taking a long ass time because the world produces enough food to feed the world, you know, the whole world. This is what they don't tell you. They be trying to act like it's food shortages and people got to die. That's not true. The food production in the world is so much, they can feed everybody in the world 6 times over every year with the food production. That's how much food gets thrown away. So them trying to cause a food shortage is going to be really hard, because it's so much just food that just produced and just gets thrown away. That gets thrown away. It's just crazy. So, but that's what they're planning. And then they gave your boy R. Kelly 30 years. 30 years for what? For trafficking, sex trafficking, whatever. Gave your girl Ghislaine Maxwell, or however you say her name, 20 years. How she get 20 and R. Kelly get 30? And she been trafficking, actually really trafficking, doing sex trafficking. What R. Kelly did, he wasn't prostituting girls. These were the girls he was messing with. He was just taking them from state to state with him to do whatever he was doing. It was a personal thing with him. He wasn't trafficking. They call it trafficking because when you take somebody across the state, it's called trafficking. That's the law. That's the law. If you do something illegal across state, it's trafficking, right? Something like that. Or take somebody illegal across the state, it's called trafficking. So that's why he got charged. Ghislaine and your boy, what's his name? Epstein, they was really doing it. They was pimps, and they was pimping madam. Doing this for the top niggas in the world. Top niggas in the world. They said Bill Gates, that nigga Bill Gates, Kill Bill went to the island 27 times. That nigga went out to that island 27 times. That they could track. Who knows how many on private jet that he couldn't track when he was just a guest on somebody's shit. Who knows about those? But the ones they could track 27 goddamn times, that nigga was out there. Not to mention Richard Branson and all the rest of these cats, but they still haven't released the list. She holding that in her back pocket, I'm telling y'all. Why hasn't she released the list? Why hasn't she released this goddamn list? Especially when a lot of them niggas are on it are probably politicians, and they're trying to railroad her. Why do y'all think she hasn't released that list yet? Because she could just come out and say it when she on camera. What's his name was there? This nigga was there. She don't have to release. She could just say it right on camera. As soon as they put the camera in her face, she can say it. How come she hasn't said it? Why has she not released that damn list? Did they threaten her family? Could be. If she has any family left, they could have threatened the whole family. Said, you got to take this hit or your whole family's out. That could have happened. Or is she planning to do the Epstein? Because they said that she was on suicide watch. So are they planning to do the Epstein? Because how many of y'all think she gonna spend 20 years in prison? That is absolute 1000% bullshit. I don't think she's spending those 20 years. But you see how the system works, though. She was actually doing and had a whole system. I think she was actually the mastermind of the shit. She's the one who talked the chicks, the girls into doing it. She would go get them. But she gets 20 years and R. Kelly gets 30 years. That show you this bullshit ass racist system. And that's what I was telling y'all about, how George Soros, he has a company or an organization that specifically funds DA campaigns for pro-crime, like meaning pro-hard on crime. And he's putting these niggas all over the country in the court system, in the legal systems. And y'all don't know nothing about that. But then you sit up here and you say, oh, wait a minute, Ghislaine, who had a trafficking, who literally, she had a whole goddamn business. Nigga, she had a business of doing it. And she only get 20 years when she got accusers and everything that's done come and said what she did, while R. Kelly gets 30 years when he wasn't actually running a trafficking business. It was personal. He was taking girls across state to do whatever he wanted to do for personal reasons. So that show you how bullshit the system is. Not that he shouldn't get 30 years. I'm just saying, why ain't both of them get 30 years? Because you see how the system is bullshit. So last thing, so I wanted to talk to you about the Naga Nerds. I was talking about it at the beginning. The Naga Nerds, I'm about to do, the first episode is probably going to be Saturday. I'm going to do it on this channel again to show you guys, excuse me, just so you guys can see what the Naga Nerds is about. I know everybody ain't nerds. A lot of y'all are nerds. Y'all undercover nerds. Y'all just don't want to say it. But a nerd is a great thing. That means you smart. Shit. Own that. Nerds are intelligent. That's what that basically means. You are an intelligent person. You analyze and break down things. You don't just accept shit as it comes to you. You're able to break shit down and you know, make sense of things. That's what a nerd is. And, you know, he likes a lot of the pop nerdy culture type of stuff that deals with high science, you know. And that's what I love. So the Naga Nerds is going to be all about that. Like I said, the first episode is about Star Wars. It's going to be about Saturn, Vader, and all the rest of that. So make sure y'all tune in for that one. I'm going to break down the whole history of that. I've done it before, but we're going to really get into the Saturn lore and where he got it from and where they got Star Wars from, all of that stuff. And that's only going to be part one because Star Wars is too big to break down in one goddamn episode. So that's going to be episode part one to the Star Wars breakdown. And that's probably going to be Saturday. So make sure y'all tune in for that one. I'm going to be doing that on this channel. On this channel right here. And then also what's coming, I'm going to have, you guys know Sarah from the Zo What channel. I'm going to have, it's going to be it's called Naga on the Street. So I'm going to have Sarah out there asking certain questions to people on the street and seeing basically how, you know, how, what's his name? Jimmy Kimmel does and what's the boy name? Jay Leno used to do and all that type of stuff. We're gonna just try to see if people, the knowledge of the average person on the street, if they as smart as they think they are, or that they need to bring that consciousness up. So that's gonna be my Naga on the Street, and that's with Sarah, and y'all know Sarah. Sarah's great. We all love Sarah. Shout out to Sarah, and that's gonna be coming real soon. So check out for that. But make sure you guys, y'all know we're teaching this law, and everybody, man, it is growing so crazy, y'all. It's growing way bigger than I thought it was gonna grow, and way faster. You guys are really thirsty for this law information. Who knew? I did. That's why we put this out. But getting your rights, or just knowing your rights, or just basic rights for your basic police stop law is an invaluable thing that you need to know to be able to teach your children. This is a changing world, as you can see. They're coming after all your rights. They don't respect none of your rights no more. So that means you have to. No one's gonna do it unless you do it. And then once you know that type of stuff, once stuff get really crazy, then you know how to change the system if you need to. That's what the government allows for. If these niggas start really tripping, you can change the government if you know government and law. But so that's why we out. That's why we here. And so many volunteers. We've been getting so many volunteers in the Know Your Rights Foundation. We love it. We're trying to get to everybody as possible. We're raising 1 million Johnny Cochrans. Y'all already know. But right here, it starts right here. This basic stuff starts right here. Constitutional rights card. Right there, that's what you hand to police officers when you get pulled over or stopped. That tells the police officer what your constitutional rights are and what will happen if they violate those constitutional rights. And then at the bottom, right there's that qualified immunity card. You know, that armor that police officers have when they violate your rights, and they do it when they don't know they violated your rights. But if you tell them on camera you are in danger of violating my rights, and they do it anyway, there's a case. A Supreme Court case called Malley versus Briggs that says a police officer loses their qualified immunity when they knowingly violate the law. So boom, if you tell them and you get it on camera and then they still do it after that, boom, they lose that qualified immunity. See how easy that go right there? And then right here is the cases that say that right here. And right at the top is that case, Malley versus Briggs. Y'all can look it up if y'all want to know. That's right there at the top. That lets them know they lose that qualified immunity. You give them all 3 of these when you get pulled over and you say, I don't answer questions. And why don't you answer questions? Let me say, because we don't. I know y'all heard about the Miranda law, right? The Miranda rights that just happened. Most people think, or they think that you can't. So basically, Miranda rights are when a police officer pulls you over or you get arrested. Everybody has seen it on the TV show. You have the right to remain silent. If you give it that right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. If you can't afford an attorney, you have the right to counsel. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you by the court. Blah, blah. So y'all heard that, right? So basically, with the case that just came out, the court said that if the police officers don't read you your Miranda rights, you can't sue them for constitutional violations. Basically, because you have the right to remain silent, right? So if they start asking you questions without telling you what your rights are, you were able to sue them before. Now, the Supreme Court said you can't do that. You can't civilly sue them. You can't civilly come after a police officer for violating your constitutional rights. Meaning not violating your constitutional rights, but not asking you or not telling you what your Miranda rights are. And why did they do that? Because they said the Constitution doesn't secure them telling you. It doesn't mean that they have to tell you what your rights are. That's your job. That's what the Supreme Court basically said. No officer has a right to tell you or obligation to tell you what your rights are. You do. And so what happened in the case is the dude got jacked up because he just started talking on his own. That was him. He just started running his mouth. Nobody told him to run his mouth. He just started talking. They didn't even trick him. So basically, that's what happened with the Miranda rights. Now, you can't if they get some information that can incriminate you, that can still be thrown out. You can still petition for that to be thrown out. So that's a thing. If they don't read you your rights, and then you say something that can incriminate you, and then you say, oh, and they try to use that, and then you say, well, they didn't read me my Miranda rights before I told them that. That's a violation. You can still petition to get that thrown out, whatever it is. However, you can't sue them for doing that. And then they can lie to you too. Remember, police officers can always lie to you. And so if they lie and they tell you that, we don't have to tell you your rights or whatever the case may be. And also, just so you guys know, the Miranda rights they didn't have to read you your Miranda rights every time when they arrest you. They will only have to read you your Miranda rights if they were going to question you. All right, I want y'all to understand that. Y'all see too many TV movies and shows and shit where every time somebody get arrested, they say that. That's not a thing. It was only when the police officer wants to question you do they have to read you your Miranda rights. Now, that's not a thing anymore either. So that's why you need to learn to shut the hell up. That's why you say, here, officer, I don't answer questions. Because now, if you talk, you can't get back at the police officer for messing up. civilly if they use it against you. You can't get back at the police officer. So again, the court has told you it is up to you to know your own damn rights. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. They say that a million times. That's called the maxim of law. That means something that's so established in the law, they don't even dispute it. Meaning, ignorance of the law is no excuse. I'm not obligated to tell you your rights. You are obligated to know them if you wanna claim them and assert them. I'm not. Why the fuck would I? Why the hell do I give a shit about your right? Fuck out of here. I don't give a shit about your right, and so that's why you need to. So then, right here, know your rights manual. This breaks down everything that you need to know about traffic stops and Terry stops, which are police stops on foot. So the police officer just don't walk up to you and say, "Yo, can you come here for a second?" And you walk over to them without them telling you that they suspect you of committing a crime or about to commit a crime. You just walk over because you're so scared and just start talking to the police. Well, can I pat you down for the safety of my officers? No. Do you suspect me of having a weapon and being dangerous with that weapon, officer? And then, where do you suspect the weapon? And you can only pat me there. Y'all don't know, y'all didn't know that they'd had to do that, right? Police officers can't go in your pocket unless you under arrest. But most of y'all, a pat down for y'all is them going in your pockets. That's called a search. Difference between a pat down and a search. Y'all need to know which is which. And they can only do certain things on each one. But you don't know that, you'll let them do anything. So right here, know your rights manual. Get this for your children. Sit them down. Make them study, damn it. Who cares if they don't want to study? Sit them down, make them study. They're going to thank you. I promise. They're going to kiss your ass once they start learning the law and really get to know this, and you made them do that. I promise you, they're going to love you for it. They don't know it right now, but they will when they get that information. And then, you already know, we got the police stop flashcards. This is the Cliff Notes, the quick notes for on the go. You're at the job or anything, you don't want to carry that big book around. You just want them at the job right here, so you can get it in. Make sure you get your information. And then again, for y'all to get to understand the government, y'all have got to know the government. Most of y'all don't know how the Congress is set up, how many votes it takes to pass a bill, what a filibuster is, none of that. Y'all don't know none of that stuff. So right here, we just created U.S. law and government flashcards so y'all can have that information. We are going to elevate past this state of consciousness of not knowing anything about the system that controls us. Do y'all understand that? We're moving past that consciousness. We're not about to be here anymore. You guys can't claim that you don't know anymore because the information is out there for you now. All you can claim is, I didn't want to do it. And now after that, if you say that, hey, nigga, kick rocks. I ain't got no time for you. But the people who want to do it, right here. And right here. And then, you guys know, we got the public official bond book. This is the police insurance that you can claim when they violate your constitutional rights, because their bond is tied to their oath to the Constitution. So when they violate that oath, they lose the bond. That's how it works. And that's if you get them on camera violating your constitutional rights, that's a wrap. They don't got nothing to say. So, bam, right here, you go get that bond, and you can place a claim on that bond when they violate those rights. And then y'all know the Vibranium book, the Book of Vibranium, right here. The Great Book of Melanin Research, which is actually vibranium, absorbs vibration, transforms it into energy, transmutes it into energy for you. So they know that. They've been knowing it for 117 years. Your melanin is one of the highest price things in the world. It's like one of the 5 highest things on the stock market. There's a few metals that are higher than melanin, worth like fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars per gram. But melanin, $14,000 an ounce. That's you. Why is it worth $14,000 an ounce? Y'all need to figure that out and then start taking care of your melanin and empowering your melanin. All right, reclaim that. Oh, so you also get the Alkaline Cookbook. This is free. This is a digital book, everybody. So all y'all keep hitting me up. All of these are, you get all of these digital. All these books you get as a digital book. I just want y'all to know. Everybody gets this as gets all of these things as a digital book, and then I mail you the actual book. So you get two things. Most people don't give you a digital book and an actual book. I'm giving y'all both so you can have it on the go in your phone if you ever need to use it, or if you're just at home chilling, you can have it. So right here, the Alkaline Cookbook, so y'all can get healthy right here. And then if y'all order, again, if y'all order today, if y'all order within this next week, I'm gonna give y'all the next week because it was supposed to end today, but I'm gonna give everybody a week because a lot of people are liking these flashcards. I will throw in the U.S. government flashcards with the Police Stop Law package. If you order from realnuggets.com, usually you only get only one deck of cards. I will throw in the U.S. Law and Government flashcards in the Police Stop Law package if you order the Great Book of Melanin Research right here. All right. And I will also throw in, just for the last week, the religious exemption vaccine card. So I'm throwing these in for this week if you order the Great Book of Melanin Research, realnuggets.com. If you just want any of these products by themselves, please go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org and order them. Excuse me, if you want to just order the package without the Great Book of Melanin Research, or you want to be in volunteer. We are mashing out with this volunteer stuff, y'all. We are doing it. It is about to grow, and we're about to mash out, and this is something that can't be taken away from us because you can't take knowledge away from somebody. You can't put knowledge back in the box. That doesn't work. Once your mind is freed and is filled with the correct information, they can't take that away. That's why this will change the game. This ain't marching in the street and we get one victory and then we go back and sit and be like, man, that was great what we did, huh? Back in the day, we did that shit. That was great. You see it? No. This is every time something happens, you know exactly what to do because you know the law, you know how the system moves, and you know how the holes within the system and how to manipulate it. And that's what we get into so that we can't be depowered in this system ever again. And at this point, it's way bigger than me. There's so many people in here, I couldn't even stop it now if I wanted to. The law, this thing is taking over. Everybody's loving it. It's a community. You learn better when you're in a community. They clown me all the time. I clown them back, which makes it great. And it helps to open up the mind for the information. So if y'all want to do that, get over to knowyourrightsfoundation.org. And we're teaching the law for free. All we need is the motivation from you. All right. That's it for me, y'all. I'm about to get out of here and go get me. Yep, y'all know. A turkey burger. Love y'all, man. Thanks everybody for the super chats. I appreciate y'all. And I'm gonna holler at y'all on the Naga Nerds. Make sure y'all tune into the Naga Nerds this Saturday. And we're gonna talk about Star Wars and Yoda and Baby Yoda. Peace.